Oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, sorry it took me a second to get here because I got a new mod installed that completely changes your movement. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Garry's mod. This is going to be a mini mod showcase, and this is movement reworked. Now, it's pretty simple. Normally when you walk, as you can see, we're walking at like 10 kilometers an hour. Not all that fast, but you're gonna notice before even any of that, it takes a minute to get to our top speed. In fact, we're gonna go ahead and put up the camera once again, and you're gonna see, as we walk, you can kind of see it takes us a minute to really get to our full speed, and it's even more apparent when you hold shift. So holding shift, you can see that we slowly climb up to 20 kilometers an hour, and that's about as fast as you can go, or actually more realistically 18. You're also gonna wonder, wait, how come it changes depending on what surface you're on? And that is exactly what it does. So not only do you have to wait to get up to full speed, but if you're going up, say like a hill for instance, you're not gonna go as fast as you would if you were on flat ground. And of course, conversely, it goes the other way when you're going downhill. Now you're going to run much faster than 18 kilometers per hour. This is even better represented from this right here. So again, if we were to run up this, you can see our speed goes all the way down to 14 kilometers an hour, but going back down, well, you're gonna find that it goes all the way to 26. Alright, so all that stuff is pretty cool, but what else does this mod entail? And, well, let's just say you better be careful of this, because this is now going to be your worst enemy. Also, yes, if you couldn't tell, even the crouching is different. Now you don't crouch instantly. It takes a second to get to crouching position, which does kind of make sense, I don't know anyone who can crouch that fast. Alright, but anyway, now when you run at an edge, you might stumble. That's exactly what happened right there. So you'll be running at full speed, you hit an edge, and occasionally, I don't think it happens every time, but sometimes you'll hit it so hard that you lose all your speed. Alright, I gotta see what this looks like in third person. So once again, kind of building up speed here. And like I said, it doesn't happen every single time you go over the ledge. Oh, there we go. So, all in all, it's not too bad. Not a big deal. It's not going to happen all the time. Just some extra added immersion, which is something we love to do on this channel. In fact, if you want to see another immersive mod, I'll put that in the top right corner. Something else that's pretty neat, which I'm going to have to shut up for, is our footsteps are going to sync with our actual movement. So as you guys can hear, the footsteps start off really slow, but then they progressively go up, almost as if it's on a spectrum instead of just going from walk to run. There's almost like a transitional sound that plays and builds up as you run faster. All in all, pretty cool. Something else that's pretty cool is even the ground material you walk on can affect your speed. For instance, here we can see on the concrete, we get about 19, it goes up to 20 when we turn for some reason, but 19 kilometers is pretty fair. But then, go into grass, and you're gonna notice a very slight decrease. We're going straight, and now we're only getting about 17. Every now and then we get 18, but that's only because of these little small hills right here, which I never even really paid attention to on this map. But these little tiny hills right here, when you go down them, it's going to give us a little bit of speed, and that might make us go up to 18, but also going up them is going to make us lose speed. But as you can see, we're not hitting 19, which means we are definitely getting some kind of speed decrease. And of course, this is only elevated even further when you're in water. So now when you're partially submerged, well, you're not going to be going any faster than 10 kilometers per hour, as we can see, or 13 or 12. Obviously, the more out of the water you get, the faster you'll be. And also, I think the sand has something to do with this, because again, the sand is a material. So as we can see, we're not touching the water at all. If we were to run along this sand here, we're only getting about 15 kilometers per hour, or 16, which makes sense because sand is much harder to walk on than, say, grass. Alright, but of course, this goes even further because, well, if we see our speed while swimming up top, we're swimming at a very modest 12 kilometers per hour. Definitely not too shabby. But the deeper you go underwater, you're gonna notice now, well, now we're running on the ground, but now we're only getting about 8 compared to 12. So the deeper you go, the slower you'll have to swim. Alright, so what are some of the disadvantages of this mod? Well, unfortunately, strafing is completely dead. You are not going to be able to strafe like you could, because the second you change direction, your speed starts all the way over. Also, bunny hopping is also dead, because again, when you jump, your speed gets cut pretty much all the way down. But hey, it's not all bad, because we do get a few advantages. For instance, jumping is going to be quite a bit lower than you might remember. In fact, if you go into first person here, you can see we don't jump as high as we used to, but if you hold space, you will jump ever so slightly higher. In fact, if you go into first person here, we can see that's tapping, we barely jump, but holding, we jump just a little bit higher. Alright, so I just realized that that is kind of hard to visualize, so I'm going to go ahead, put a camera here. Let's see what it looks like with normal jumping. Alright, so you can see normal jumping, we can get on it, but it's kind of difficult. And I almost feel like we're just jumping on it because the object is kind of letting us. In fact, let's go ahead and just freeze this here, that might help. But yeah, as you can see, you know, it's not that easy to jump on. It's just not really working for us. But if we hold space, we get just enough clearance to jump over it. Now, of course, this might be annoying to some people because Garry's mod has a pretty big jump normally, but it's not realistic. I mean, just try jumping in real life. You know, it's not as easy as it looks in the game. So this is a pretty handy feature. Now, obviously, it's only a downgrade compared to regular, but it's more realistic, and that's what we're going for. So all in all, I think this is a really nice mod, something that, again, adds that touch of realism. I will say though that it definitely does feel kind of sluggish if you're not used to the whole speed mechanic, and I think for all intents and purposes it's probably not ideal for most Garry's Mod situations, but if you ever wanted to recreate that realism factor, and just the fact that it does react similarly to how real life is, I mean, I don't know about you, but I can hit full sprint pretty quick. I think my favorite part about this whole mod though is the way that you interact with the different surface levels. So obviously the slope one, you know, you go slower then faster when you go down it. I think that's really cool. Stuff like that just really excites me. But let me know what you guys think down below. And as always, you guys can leave a like and subscribe if you want. Links will be in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, farewell.